Hello everyone, welcome to this abandoned original Brickfilm script reading. I'm here with Kaden Ptasznik of KP Movie Studios, who helped me with writing this script. Say hi, Kaden.
Hello everybody.
Today we're going to revisit a script that we wrote way back in the summer of 2017 called The Adventures of Barney and the Mate Team. This was a very fun script to write. I had this idea of making it like a very comedic war brick film, and the main character in this story is named Barney, and I thought that was just like the funniest name ever. When we were writing this, I laughed a lot at just like the jokes and the characters' names, and and it was just so funny and just stuff like that. But we just had a super great time writing the script, even though we never really got to finish it. So when we first wrote the script, we intended to have some popular music in it, or what us YouTubers called copyrighted music. And so we have here the little mixtape. So we have AC/DC, Back in Black, Bee Gees, Staying Alive, Michael Jackson's History, which was because I was a big Michael Jackson fan of way back in 2017 is why I wanted to incorporate history. And we have Queen, Another One Bites the Dust, Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. So as you can see, this brick film was, it was going to use a lot of like badass type music and very popular songs and stuff like that. So in this brick film, we have the Mate Team, which is basically a military team, and they're called the Mate Team because there are 8 members, and they're all mates. Like good day, mate. Like they're the Mate Team. 8 members. They're mates, the Mate Team. You get it? So yeah, that's a little joke right there. The Mate Team, and their tagline here is "Dressed to the blackest of perfection," because black is the cool color. So let's move along to the characters. So as you can see, most of the characters were going to be voiced by us, mainly me. I was going to be taking a lot of roles, and Kane was going to take some roles here and there. But here are some of the characters. So we have the main character, Barney. He's the main guy, the survivor. We have Dan Daniels, who is the first mate to die, and he is known to have a lot of seizures. That's gonna come up in the script, in the very beginning of the script. We have Harry Harrison, who is the third mate to die. He's like one of those pretty dumb guys. And he doesn't know how to use his weapons and stuff like that. We have Jack Jackson, who is the final mate to die. He's also like he also kind of acts as like Barney's like close partner and stuff. Then we have Mike Michaels. He's the second mate to die, and I think he has like a bit of a chill personality. Would you say? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But at one point he just like ignorantly runs screaming Leroy Jenkins and gets shot and gets killed on the spot, which I think is like a military thing, the Leroy Jenkins. I have no clue, but we wanted to add that in there because it's funny. And then we have Paulson, who's the fourth mate to die, and he is known for speaking only Spanish. So throughout the script, we'll get to see some of the Spanish, and he dies due to lack of communication. Then we have Rob Robinson, who's the fifth mate to die, and he yells a lot, and he's like one of those he wants to be like one of those leader type figures. Like he wants to get all the gain all the attention and stuff, and so but he's far from that. But he's like that type of a character. And then we have the final mate, who is Ed Edison. He's the sixth mate to die, and he's like more of the peaceful one. He's like the world peace, and then whenever there's a an argument and there's like fisticuffs or whatnot, he's like no, let's settle down, we gotta he's like one of those kind of guys who's like
he's a hippie basically.
Yeah, he's like the hippie. Yeah, he advocates for like world peace and just like so those are the 8 members of the Mate Team. Each character is just so drastically different from each other, but they're all here in the same team, same story, and it's just so fun to see the dynamic and interaction between these characters as we read through the script. And then some other characters, some minor characters. We have the Doctor, who's gonna tend to Mr. Daniels, and then we have General Lee, who's like the general of the team. And I wanted to have his name be General Lee because it sounds a lot like the word generally. So when you say like a general speaking, or generally we should, General Lee, the guy, he's gonna be like, did you call me? Like I'm not speaking, It was funny, it's a play on words, and so that's the general. So here we have the plot. And since we didn't get to completely finish up the script, once we reach the end of the script, we'll just jump back over to the plot and finish reading off the story. But before we read the script, is there anything you wanna mention, Kaden?
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to talk about kind of our process of writing, and not only that, but like the history of us writing scripts. So during the summer of 17, that's when we started writing a series called Master Detectives. He was looking for someone to help him write it, and I sent him one of my scripts over, and he enjoyed it, and so he asked me to help him with it. And then he had this idea for a comedic war film, and that's when we got over to this one, Barney. But here we have like our draft, right? And I kind of wanted to talk about our process because I don't know how many people kind of do this. We were kind of organized, actually really organized, when writing this.
Yeah, when we were writing Master Detectives, we had like multiple docs filled with like continuity and just like background information, even though we weren't gonna mention it in this series. And Master Detectives was a series that I mentioned like long ago, but yeah, it's not a series or a script that I'm planning to abandon. I think it still has potential, but but with this script, the Barney script, it's it's kind of lost its that feeling.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so what we have here is we have the songs, we have choosing our songs, and then we have our characters and our cast. And the cast we didn't really fill out because we didn't get that far into it. We have each of our songs, our slogan there, and then our characters, and we go into details on our characters because that's super important, I think, when writing anything. Mm-hmm. Characters are what carry a story. If you have bad characters, you're not going to really want to watch it so much. And then we wrote down our plot, an outline, a rough draft outline, and then we kind of just jumped right into the script. But yeah, that's kind of our process of doing things. Choosing music is kind of funny because unlike a lot of other people, DK here actually chooses his music first when making his videos.
So what I do when I make a Brickfilm, and I've always wanted to say this, but whenever I do make a Brickfilm, I always try to find the music first. I always like to do this because it means that I can write and animate the actual film to the music so that the video feels like a perfect fit to the music. I've recently started changing my process to when I'm brick filming with like Kai vs. Zane and Cole vs. Jay. Both of those videos I search for the music first and then I animate it to it. That's why all like the time cuts and stuff like that feel like very perfect and aligned with the music. I didn't, however, do this for Jesus Heals a Paralytic because I wrote it without finding the music. I wrote it mainly kind of based off of the Bible scriptures and stuff like that, Bible passages, which I kind of regret doing. But honestly, I'm super glad that Ethan, who composed the music to J-Hap, helped out with the music because the video. I finished the VFX of the video, and it was already so good, but I just didn't have the music to it. And honestly, it's always been a struggle to find just that perfect music to like an already animated video. So that's why I prefer finding music first before like writing or animating anything. I know that Hollywood films usually tend to tend to the soundtrack after they film everything, but especially for filmmakers who don't have composers to compose their music for them, I highly recommend that you try to find the music first before embarking on like a Brickfilm project. I mean, it's what Quentin Tarantino does with his films, and it's even what Edgar Wright did with his Baby Driver film.
I myself do this when I'm writing. I often get inspired by the music I'm listening to. I can just see like the scene play out in my head as the music plays.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly the same for me. And that's how we kind of started writing the Barney film too. We were inspired by the music such as Back in Black and Another One Bites the Dust, just kind of that cool feeling, and we kind of wrote it in a war film setting, but also wanted to be very comedic and stuff, because there was just like that stark contrast, because when you usually think of like war films, it's like very serious and stuff, very dark setting, but we wanted to kind of flip that around and have this very comedic feel to it. And yeah, so with that said, let's just jump right into the script. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with the script. So we start off with a black screen. Barney off screen. He goes, I'm Barney, and the crew and I are going to face our greatest threat yet. My crew consists of Dan Daniels, Mike Michaels, Harry Harrison, Paul Paulson, Rob Robinson, Ed Edison, and my boy, Jack Jackson. Together we are the Mate Team. And then we cut back to black screen. Then we see a helicopter door descending transition. Exterior helicopter daytime. We have AC/DC Back in Black playing da 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 da, and then we have the Mate Team are walking out of the helicopter in a cool fashion. Imagine like a slow-mo. Until then, Dan Daniels strikes another seizure. Dan drops to the ground, making seizure noises. The rest of the team stops to look at Dan.
Here we go again.
Damn, Dan Daniels back at it again with another seizure. So, just to pause a little bit. As you can see, we have this very outdated meme that we incorporated with this, damn Daniel, damn Daniel with his shoes, right? Yeah, his Vans. Yeah, his Vans. Oh my God, damn Daniels, look at your Vans, your shoes.
Damn Daniel, back at it again with the white van.
I almost forgot about that meme.
Yeah, I almost did too. But here we have damn Daniel revisited, but not about his shoes, but his seizures. Let's just keep moving. So then Dan, he eventually just stops moving. He just like freezes. And then Ed Edison, he's like, oh no, is he okay?
This happens all the time, mate. It ain't his first rodeo.
Ooh, he's having seizures. Oh.
All right, mate. Joke's over. Get up. Come on.
Then he just seizures more. He's just like crying in pain right now. Ooh, And then as he's screaming, it goes a hard cut to the interior of a medical camp. Still daytime. And then the doctor turns to the Mate Team and he's like,
I'm sorry, mates, but Dan is actually dead.
Rob Robinson jumps in.
May Allah bless his soul.
Ed Edison says, shouldn't we have a eulogy for him? And then Paul Paulson, who I guess he does give a eulogy, right? So here we enter Paul Paulson, who again is a Spanish-speaking person, and so why I wanted to incorporate a Spanish-speaking person is because back in 2017 I was taking Spanish classes in high school. Today I have forgotten almost everything about Spanish, so I can't speak Spanish or just anything Spanish related. I can't really do it. I'm really bad at it. But during this time, I wanted to incorporate a character who spoke Spanish, and so this was it. So, oh my! So we have here Paul Paulson. We have the actual Spanish translation, and then we have the text, English translation text that we were going for, and then he's gonna be like, "Yo iré, algo. Dan was a great fighter, a great soldier, even though he experienced seizures 4 times a week. And it's until now that he actually dies. He was a very kind man with an innocent soul." And then Barney's like, I agree. And then Paul Paulson's like, gracias, tú miras, Dan era. And then he's like, thank you, you see, Dan was. And then interrupted by Barney, who's like, I was pretty jealous of his hair too. And then Paul Paulson's like, what, ¿qué? He's like confused, like, what the heck? And then Barney's like, I envied the incredible thickness of his hair. Yes. I consider it to be a little too thick. Then Paul Paulson's like, eso no era lo que estaba hablando. That wasn't what I was talking about. And then Barney says, no one cares about your opinion, Paul. Anyways, we have a mission, and it's time to move on.
I love how Barnes always tries to interpret what Paul's saying, and it's clearly always wrong, and then he always shuts him down.
Yeah, that's gonna be a running joke throughout the script. It's just Barnes and Paul, Barnes just misinterpreting what Paul says, because Barnes does not know Spanish at all. But this is just another great example of just dynamic and interaction between such diverse characters. It's completely different characters and how they work together in this team, and it's just always fun. So. Yeah. New setting. We go to the interior of a preparation camp. Still daytime. The Mate Team are inside the preparation camp. And then we enter General Lee. Come get your weapons.
Yes, come get your weapons, soldiers.
General Lee's like, shut your mouth, private. Because Rob Robinson, again, he's like the very leader type figure. The Mate Team goes up to a wall and grabs their weapons. And then Ed Edison, he goes, guys, don't you think guns are a bit much? Maybe we could use our strongest weapon, our words.
Do you think words are gonna save you from getting shot?
Well, generally speaking, I wasn't talking about you. What are the generally is there? So here we have the joke that we were going for, the generally. So that's what, yeah, there we go. Then we have Harry Hassan. He jumps in, completely unrelated. He goes like, guys, how do I use this again? He holds up a rocket launcher and aims it dangerously at the mate team, I'm aware. And then Barney, I'll censor this out. He goes, Harry! And then Mike Michaels. And then Paulson, put it down. And then Barney is like, again, misinterpreting what Paul says. Paul, for the love of God, Dangerous 25 ain't coming. Sony is just a pussy for not releasing it. So, this is also going to be a little running joke throughout the script too. Since I was a big Michael Jackson fan back in, 2017 and stuff, I was really mad that Sony and the Michael Jackson estate that they did not release Dangerous 25. And if you don't know what Dangerous 25 is, They have made Thriller 25 and Bad 25, which are 25th anniversary editions of the album Thriller and Bad, right? And so logically, the next thing to do is to make a 25th anniversary edition album of Dangerous, right? But no, they didn't do it. Instead, they just gave us just a picture and just oh my gosh, it was frustrating to me as a fan and to a lot of the fans in the Michael Jackson community, and I wanted to kind of express that anger a little bit through the script. So yeah, that was what it was. All right, and then we have Jack Jackson.
Damn it, Harry, we've been over this before. Set the launcher down.
And then Harry Harrison, he sets the launcher down. Harry Harrison, he's like, tough crew.
All right, crew, listen up. We've got plenty of ammunition and weapons in these crates.
Private, how many times have I told you? I'm the leader here. All right, men, we've got plenty of ammunition and weapons in these crates to get us through the mission seamlessly. And then we quick swipe over to the crates that are seen piled neatly in a corner, like the crates, whoa. And then Harry Harrison's like, guys, look at this jewelry coated avocado I found. And then he accidentally triggers a grenade off. Which, an avocado, since it's green, grenades are also green, and, Harry Harrison kind of misinterprets the grenade as a jewelry coated avocado. How fun. And then he accidentally triggers it off, and then Barney is like, Christ! And then Barnes grabs a grenade out of Harry's hand and throws it at the crates accidentally. The crates blow up, And then Rob Robinson.
What the hell, man?
No, this was all just an accident.
Accident my ass.
Now what are we gonna do? Well, the only thing you can do now is use the weapons you have. Go out there and kick some ass and pray you don't get killed. Generally poses himself like Shia LaBeouf. I'll put it on screen. He's like, just do it! Just do it. That was he's like, just do it. So, oh my gosh. Another outdated meme. Then we play another song. Queens and No Bites the Dust. Dun. Another one bites the dust. Dun. Yeah, we cut the bass line of Another One Bites the Dust. It plays, and we cut to the exterior of a battlefield. Daytime. The mate team are lined up in front of the doors. Doors then open, and then Mike Michaels.
All right, guys, let's do this.
Mike Michaels runs out into the battlefield ignorantly. He yells,
Leroy Jenkins.
Michael is then shot in the torso. He hits the ground dead. The music stops playing, just like abruptly cuts. The mate team sees the guy who killed Mike. Harry raises his gun up, but it's backwards. And then Harry Harrison, he's like, eat lead, dirtbags! Harry shoots and kills himself. He falls down, dead. And then Barney's like, run! The mate team runs towards the bunkers as the enemy tries to shoot them. They hide behind the bunkers. And then Barney's like, guys, what are we gonna do? Paulson, we didn't do the translation up to the Spanish translation up to this point, but he's like, I have a great plan. Pretend he's speaking in Spanish there. And then Barney's like, Paul, I'd love to talk all day about how Sony and the Michael Jackson estate are, but now is not the time. Does anyone have a plan?
Listen up. Oh, shoot, sorry.
Rob Robinson.
Simple. Listen up. We run out there and kick some ass.
Then Ed, with his peaceful personality. Okay, first, that's not really a plan. And second, is violence really the answer? I mean, both teams could sit down, discuss our problems over supper.
Is Smeckledorfit in the Oxford Dictionary? I didn't think so.
Smeckledorf. SpongeBob reference right there. Barney, he goes like, well, our only option is to leave this bunker and fight them. But we need to be wise and ration our ammunition. Also, stay behind as much coverage as you can.
Mate team on 3. 1, 2...
Wait a minute. There's only 5 of us left. There's a pause, brief pause for a moment. There's just brief pause for a moment. And then Jack Jackson's like, he notices now. He's like,
oh, you're right. Don't die on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Don't die. Yeah, the whole mate team, quote unquote mate team, just says don't die. All right. The music starts back up again. The mate team exit the bunker and head out into the battlefield. The battle montage begins. And I guess we didn't really write a battle montage, but
No.
the battle montage ends as the mate team end up hiding behind a broken building. Barney, this isn't good. I'm running low. Paulson's like, I'm not. And then
Same.
we need a new plan. I have the perfect strategy. Pretend he's speaking in Spanish there. And then Barney's like, yeah, Paul, I'm pretty disappointed too when the estate announced a new animated special rather than Thriller 3D, Dangerous 25, a new album, nor digitally released music videos on July 11, 12 p.m. EST that was originally scheduled on July 10, 12 p.m. EST, but the estate's pretty good when it comes to disappointing the fans, am I right? But right now, we need a new plan. Oh my gosh. Again, just my hatred and anger towards Sony and the estate from not satisfying us fans. All right, Rob Bronson, he jumps in.
All right, guys, listen up. I have one. We'll split up. Barnes and I will go to the east side of town and search up some more ammo and weapons. Paulson, Jackson, and Edison, you guys will check out the west side. We'll meet back up in 30 minutes. Does that sound good?
I don't know. Every time people split up in the movies, someone dies.
Well, good thing this isn't a movie then, Private. This is a Lego animation on YouTube.
Sounds good. Let's go, Robinson. And that's as far as we wrote.
Man, the more I read this, the more I want it to be a thing.
Yeah. So that was as far as we wrote in the script. And yeah, as you can see, it's a very fun script, very fun story, and just seeing the dynamic between these characters is just so fun. But this is all we wrote, and then we just kind of stopped here. So now we're gonna jump all the way to the plot here, and we're just gonna finish up the story for you guys. As the montage ends, Paulson has the perfect strategy, and no one understands him. As he frantically tries to explain himself, he gets killed. Rob and Barnes go and take down some enemies. Rob gets seriously injured. A tank comes their way. The song, Never Gonna Give You Up, plays. Barnes starts dragging Rob away while the tank slowly but surely moves towards them. Barnes gives up. Rob dies from the tank. Barnes, Jack, and Ed will be back together. More reinforcements arrive and the enemy leader comes in too. Ed walks out in the middle of the battlefield and gives a giant, amazing speech, probably something about world peace. Mid-sentence, the leader shoots him in the head. Poor guy. Barnes and Jack try their best to hold him down. Jack gets injured to the point of death. Then Jack, Barnes' close partner, he says his final words to Barnes. Staying alive. Tragic comedy moment right there. Then, after hearing that, Barnes builds confidence, and then the song, Staying Alive, plays. Barnes badassly kills the rest of the enemies. He wins, and then Barnes leaves out with history playing till the credits. And that's the story. Yeah, clap that up. Oh my. So that was The Adventures of Barney and the Mate Team. If any of you creative filmmakers or brick filmers want to take this project from our hands, be my guest. I would absolutely love to see this script made into a brick film. I think the reason why I myself didn't continue pursuing this project is one, it involved a lot of copyrighted music, and that wouldn't have the same effect compared to a different soundtrack or whatnot. And two, it just has a lot of dead memes in here. But if these jokes were replaced with current memes, I think this script would just be spectacular.
Oh yeah, and I think at some point I'm gonna try to make the opening scene just for fun, and the script does hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But seriously, if any of you guys want to make it, update the memes and do it.
Yeah, and if you do it, please link it to us, please. My Twitter, twitter.com/justdkfilms. Send it over my way. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, fantastic. Well, I think that's going to be it for this script read. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this to be somewhat enjoyable. I definitely had a lot of fun revisiting this script and just the memories we had writing it. That's going to be all. And Kaden, any final thoughts?
Yes, definitely. First, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun walking down memory lane.
Yeah.
Summer of 17 was awesome. We had a lot of fun times.
Yeah, a lot of fun times. Master Detectives was a big project we embarked on. We're not really, we've kind of paused writing it. It's kind of a bit of on a hiatus or something like that. But eventually I might be able to get back to it. But yeah. And yeah, plug yourself, Kaden. Plug yourself.
All right, I will do that. You can find me, guys, at KP Movie Studios on twitter.com. That's where I'm updating some stuff. And I'm doing a renovation on my channel. Right now, you can find me on YouTube at KP Movie Studios, but also at Ptasznik Productions and Ptasznik Animations, because I'm separating my content and making just fictional content, live action series and animation series. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to revisit the script with me. And I think this was a nice little fun video idea that I can make. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
See ya.